The the floor to questions also open not only to the media but to the brothers and sisters here who might really have. Although we had met about this earlier, kailan ba yan? A few days ago. Wednesday last week. So, but if there are, feel free. Yes, Edson.
Sir, yung question ko lang, ano po yung reaction ng CFC dun sa statement ng ni Archbishop Cruz yata na because of the split na nga daw, yung mga Catholics dito sa Pilipinas should shun daw yung GK.
Okay. First we'd like to say na we recognize the authority of all bishops in their own respective dioceses, no? And we will respect their opinion, their position on this matter. However, I believe there is also room for clarifying, and also by clarifying, hopefully ensure that the move, this decision, will not mean an abandonment of the GK sites that are present in the various dioceses. So far naman, it's Archbishop Cruz who has openly expressed his view, and we have in fact written him and seeking an audience with him to two things. First, to reiterate our respect for his position and recognizing his authority, but also to explain that our desire is for the Gawad Kalinga sites in his diocese that have there are beneficiaries there already. Our desire is to continue to serve them. Our desire is to continue to care for them, and we do so as CFC that is also recognized by the church and is committed to be one with the Catholic Church. So I think I believe that a clarification like that, we are hopeful that without being inconsistent, the good Archbishop will also allow the work to continue in the present Gawad Kalinga sites in Pangasinan. Okay, the question is who initiated the move for the transition? Okay, in the final analysis, it was the CFC International Council who initiated this particular move. But on the other hand, and this is very real, this possibility had been the subject of discussions even before between Gawad Kalinga and CFC. And so it is something that did just happen overnight, but something that has been discussed about even before. But after also, since it involved primarily the International Council, because we were both governance of the two, it was really up to us to finally decide which way to go, and whether how we should move in the direction that we believe is the right thing to be able to ensure that the work of the poor for the poor will not only be maintained but will even grow. So I hope that answers that, Edson.
In addition, the statement in our oneness with the Catholic Church would allow us also to have that ecumenical relationship and even interreligious dialogue. So certainly it is in our mind right now that we will continue to support Gawad Kalinga even in non-Catholic or non-Christian villages. And I'm sure we will be working closely together with Gawad Kalinga to make this happen.
In its growing, we have seen Gawad Kalinga touch other peoples of other faiths, no? Basically because it is an extension of Christian love, no? that doesn't necessarily mean that we are working to convert people in terms of their faith, no? But if it opens an opportunity for other people to see the love of Christians and be drawn by that love to the Catholic faith, which has actually happened through GK, then that sets an opportunity for us in our faith, no? And so while we continue to be very actively involved in the evangelization work of the GK communities, bringing them closer to the church and making church more alive and witnessed actively in their lives, no? We are not putting a close to other possibilities that can happen, no, for us to further the Catholic faith or the Christian faith in that regard.
Yeah. From this side of the room, Brother Nonong, you have a question. But we have, for the media, our media friends, we have a priest among us, Father Paul Owidimo, who is he's not a priest, but he's Couples for Christ. So he's a priest and Couples for Christ too. Singles for Christ, yeah, right. Servants of the Lord. Jim, you might have a point or no? Well, okay. Of course, I'll give it to you as soon as.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe, yeah, for, principally for our friends from PDI, no? For Edson and August. Yung bang, Brother Lito reminded me to also, advise that there will be transition issues as we go along dito sa development na ito. So for one, Lito and Ernie are still in the GK board to help out in the transition at the level of the Gawad Kalinga board. But we are also going to form transition teams that will handle specific areas so things will be smooth. For example, Lito on the finance and accounting side will help out. In the operational side, our brother Melo Villaroman Jr. and I'm sure we'll sit down with Luis Oqueñena, who is the executive director of GK, to work out a smooth transition. And Tony Miloto and I have been meeting and will continue to meet. To be able to make sure that the objective and the spirit of this move is something that we will consistently follow as we move about in this transition. But it is a major transition for us. There will be changes to that reality, but I think that changes, if handled right, will really be something that is good, something that will make the work with the poor grow in ways that maybe we are not yet able to see right now. So on that note, again, thank you very much.